do not miss the opportunity to know the Creator's sovereignty. The handful of decades that make up a human life are neither long nor short. The 20-odd years between birth and coming of age pass in an eye blink, and though at this point in life a person is considered an adult, people in this age group know close to nothing about human life and human fate. As they gain more experience, they stride gradually into middle age. People in their 30s and 40s acquire a nascent experience of life and fate, but their ideas about these things are still very foggy. It is not till age 40 that some people begin to understand mankind and the universe, which were created by God, to grasp what human life is all about, what human fate is all about. Some people, though they have long been followers of God and are now middle-aged, still do not possess an accurate knowledge and definition of God's sovereignty, much less true submission. Some people care about nothing other than seeking to receive blessings, and though they have lived for many years, they do not know or understand in the least the fact of the Creator's sovereignty over human fate, and so have not entered into a bit of the practical lesson of submitting to God's orchestrations and arrangements. Such people are thoroughly foolish. Such people live their lives in vain. If a human life is divided up according to one's degree of life experience and one's knowledge of human fate, it will roughly break down into 3 phases. The first phase is youth, the years between birth and middle age, or from birth till 30. The second phase is maturation, from middle age to old age, or from 30 till 60. And the third phase is one's mature period, from old age, beginning at 60, till one departs from the world. In other words, from birth to middle age, most people's knowledge of fate and life is limited to parroting others' ideas. It has almost no real, practical substance. During this period, one's outlook on life and how one makes one's way in the world are all very superficial and naive. This is one's juvenile period. Only after one has tasted all the joys and sorrows of life does one gain a real understanding of fate. Does one, subconsciously, deep in one's heart, gradually come to appreciate the irreversibility of fate and slowly realize that the Creator's sovereignty over human fate truly exists. This is one's maturation period, when one has ceased to struggle against fate, and when one is no longer willing to be drawn into strifes, but knows one's lot, submits to heaven's will, sums up one's own achievements and errors in life, and is awaiting the Creator's judgment on one's life. This is one's mature period. Considering the different kinds of experiences and gains that people obtain during these 3 periods, under normal circumstances, one's window of opportunity to know the Creator's sovereignty is not very large. If one lives to be 60, one has only 30 years or so to know God's sovereignty. If one wants a longer period of time, that is only possible if one's life is long enough, if one is able to live a century. So I say, according to the normal laws of human existence, though it is a very long process from when one first encounters the subject of knowing the Creator's sovereignty to when one is able to recognize the fact of the Creator's sovereignty, and from then till the point when one is able to submit to it, if one actually counts up the years, there are no more than 30 or 40 during which one has the chance to gain these rewards. And often, people get carried away by their desires and their ambitions to receive blessings. They cannot discern where the essence of human life lies, do not grasp the importance of knowing the Creator's sovereignty, and so they do not cherish this precious opportunity to enter into the human world, to experience human life, experience the Creator's sovereignty, and do not realize how invaluable it is for a created being to receive the Creator's personal guidance. So I say, those people who want God's work to end quickly, who wish God would arrange man's end as soon as possible, so that they could immediately behold His real person and soon be blessed, are guilty of the worst kind of disobedience and foolish in the extreme. And those who desire, during their limited time, to grasp this unique opportunity to know the Creator's sovereignty are the wise people, the brilliant ones. These two different desires expose two vastly different outlooks and pursuits. Those who seek blessings are selfish and base. They show no consideration for God's will, never seek to know God's sovereignty, never desire to submit to it, simply want to live as they please. They are blithe degenerates. They are the category that shall be destroyed. Those who seek to know God are able to set aside their desires, are willing to submit to God's sovereignty and God's arrangements. They try to be the kind of people who are submissive to God's authority and satisfy God's desire. Such people live in light, live in the midst of God's blessings. They will surely be commended by God. No matter what, human choice is useless. Humans have no say in how long God's work will take. It is better for people to put themselves at the mercy of God, to submit to His sovereignty. If you do not put yourself at His mercy, what can you do? Will God suffer a loss? If you do not put yourself at His mercy, if you try to be in charge, you are making a foolish choice, and you are the only one who will suffer a loss in the end. Only if people cooperate with God as soon as possible, only if they make haste to accept His orchestrations, know His authority, and understand all He has done for them, will they have hope, will their lives not be lived in vain, will they attain salvation.